G'day mateys, long time since I've been on the bench. Well, filming anyhow, I've been busy doing lots of stuff without filming. Today, we are going to be having a look at a Japanese import Xbox. This is a limited edition Xbox. It's classed as a skeleton. It's actually translucent black, so you can actually see through into the internals. So there's a few things that need to be done to this Xbox. It will need to be chipped, and it will also need the power supply changing out because it's got a Japanese power supply which is 110 to 120 volts, and here in Oz we are 240 volts. So we'll get it down here on the bench, we'll check it out, we'll actually see if it actually works. I have no idea. I do have a stepped down transformer here so we can use the internal power supply that's currently in it. So we'll test that all out and see if it works, and if it does we can start modifying it and making it region friendly. Okay, well thanks guys, let's get the magic on the bench. And there we have it. Here is our Xbox. On the camera it kind of looks normal, but if you look carefully you can actually see through. There we go, see how it's all translucent? Skeleton is what they refer to this one as. On the back you'll see here 100 volts to 127 volt. That's what it tells us on the back. On the bottom it's got a sticker you don't normally see. So Japanese Xbox.jp support. So that's a Japanese sticker that isn't normally present. Still got normal English on it. Still says Xbox video game in English, that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not too worried about breaking the seals because it's going to have to be opened anyhow. Clock capacitor issues and so forth. I don't know what revision this is. It does tell us 2002, so I'm guessing it's going to be like a 1.2 to 1.4. Being that early, it shouldn't be a 1.6. So, what we'll actually firstly do, we'll hook her up and see if she works. So let's try that out. So, back on the bench. So what we have to do, we've got to test this. So, let's get some leads. So here is an AV lead. Pop that into here. Always puzzles me that they seem to go upside down. Okay, that's great. And then we have our step down transformer just in the background here. I've got a converter plug here, and I will pop in a normal figure 8 lead into here. So we've actually got one here. Pull it out of our 240 volt setup. Okay, so you'll see just a standard figure 8 lead. Put that firstly in to here, then pop it into here like so. It's a nice tight fit. And let's see, turn this on. Actually, let's see if we've got a bonus disc. Oh, look at that, Dead or Alive 3. We got a disc. How good is that? Let's pop the disc back in. It fired up. I can see it says Xbox up on the screen, which is a nice thing to see. Doesn't seem to be going any further, so we may actually have a dead hard drive. Let's pop the disc in. I haven't tried this at all. Okay, your Xbox requires a service. 07 is what it's telling me up there. And look at that. Flashing red and green. So let's just power it off. Power it back on again. And we'll see if she boots with just a disc in it. I doubt it. I think we actually have a dead hard drive. That's probably why it was cheap. It said it wasn't tested. Let's see what goes on here. I hear a funny few noises from the hard drive. No, it's come up the word Microsoft. I can see the dashboard. Look at that. It's working. Go figure. Maybe the error was because I had the drive ejected for so long. Let's grab a controller and see if we can get this thing to work. I've got controllers just down here. I tell a lie, the controller was on the bench already. Here we go, just your classic S model controller. We'll undo that. It's asking for time and date, which I can understand. Press A. Just set it. Right. I'm not capturing the screen for you guys at the moment, but the game is actually loading. You can probably hear that in the background. Okay. Let's eject the game. Take the game out. Put it upside down. Put that back in. Well, let's see if it goes to the dashboard. What I'll do, I'll move this up there. There you go. Now, that's something I didn't think of. It's in Japanese. Can anyone read Japanese? So, because I don't read Japanese, I'm going to be a bit smart here. I'm going to use my telephone. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I expected. What I had to do is, I knew that the third one down was settings. I tried Googling, but I couldn't find what I wanted. But once I went into settings, I could see a picture of a clock. Then I saw kind of like an atlas globe within, and then I realised another one was a speaker, so that must be audio. Picture of a TV, so that must be video. There was a padlock, and I thought, I don't know what that is, but once I've changed it to English, I realised that was parental control. There was a power button for auto off, and then there was a picture of an Xbox for system info. So I went back up to what looked like the globe. Then when that came up, I could actually see one of the ones was called English. So once I did that, it's all now in English. So I can actually read it, which is great. Which is what I wanted. So that was very, very handy. I had to bring a capture card in here at some stage. I can capture what I'm doing there. So that's great. So it is in English. It works with the Japanese disc that was left in here. NTSC-J, you can see it says it on the disc. Which is great. I love it when I get a bonus disc. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab one of my other discs I've got here. Which is... I've got a couple of discs up here. Actually, I've got my Halo 2, which is region-free disc. So if you ever need to test a console that's from a different region, Halo 2 is multi-region. Surprise, surprise. Then I've also got a few other discs that are here, and we've also got Brute Force here, which is a PAL. I'm going to whack a PAL one in and show you that it doesn't work. You actually won't see it doesn't work, but you get what I'm saying. So pop that in. See how that goes. So you can hear the drive spinning up, reading the disc. Come up Xbox, Microsoft, and then it should come up that there's invalid game region. Make sure the game disc is an Xbox game. So it's definitely region locked. So what I will now do is I will put in the Halo 2 disc. Now this is Halo 2 original MA15. It's got the Australian logo on it, which means it's a PAL version. And it says PAL there. On the disc, it says PAL. But I found that Halo 2 is a region free. So let's pop it in. And we'll see that this actually works. Get rid of brute force. No jiggery pokery. You saw me put it in. You can hear it reading, spinning. It's coming up on the screen here. Xbox, Microsoft. And there we go. It's working like I bought one. So if I didn't have the Japanese game that came, I knew that Halo would fire up in this. If you have a look at my other camera, coming up with Microsoft Game Studios, and it's all working fine. We hit the start button and get past that? Yep, we can. So look, your Halo 2, press start to continue. I don't want any copyright strikes, so we will get out of this by ejecting. So that's great. The box works. Yes. It makes it much easier for me. So great. The drive ejects well, so I don't have to put a new belt on the drive. So that's even another bonus. So let's get this apart and have a look what we're going to do. We'll start doing that now. And I get to keep my Japanese game. And power off. There we go. Let's unplug it. We'll turn off. So just here is our step down converter that we have. So let's unplug this like so. And we will open the Xbox up. Now it does have its original labels intact. Through here and here. I could sit here and try to peel them back and make it look all pretty, but to be honest, I just prefer to get in here and get it done. I do have different little tools for getting into these edges here and trying to pull up the sticker like so. Look, I could probably do this one. See this one here? Just started to get into the edge. And I could actually quite successfully do that one. So that one's fine. But this one here, every time I've ever tried to build one of these, it always comes up with a void. I've tried heating them with hair dryers and all sorts of stuff in the past, and it always comes up with that horrible void warranty. Now, if this still had warranty in 2021, I would be very impressed, but we know that's not going to be the case. So let's see if we can peel this back. We'll give it a go. Bit of a cold day today, so the glue might be nice. I very much doubt it will be, but you know what? Lo and behold, using this and doing it on a slightly colder day, I'm actually going to be able to keep those stickers. I'm perplexed, to say the most. Okay, tools. I'm going to need 2 bits. So the bigger one is for the case screws. There we go. The smaller one will be for getting the hard drive bays out. So let's get this started. There's 6 screws on these. So there's the 2 hidden ones that we're dealing with firstly. So that's one of them. I'll just put the sticker back down loosely. Here's the other one. And then the other 2 are going to be in under these feet. Now, sometimes they come off cleanly, sometimes they don't. So what I'm going to do today, I will just peel them back slightly, pull the screws out, and then push them back into place. So we're not taking them off fully. So little pick device again. Just into the corner. There we go. And this is what I'm talking about. If you can have a look here, the glue isn't coming up. So it sometimes doesn't bring the glue up. So I'll have to go around with this little scrapey device, pull the glue out of the way, get the tool in there and pull that screw out. That's why I don't peel them all the way back, because you have to replace them with some nice new glue. And that one's out, so that's all of them down. So we'll just push those feet back down now, so stay in position. Move that to the side, put that sticker back down, and we'll flip her over. So now, so that's the front, this is the back, and this should just lift straight off. With a bit of friendly persuasion. There we go. So, it's often, as you can see, it is translucent. Good. This is very, very clean inside. That's amazing. So, original CD drive. This is, yep, one of the Toshiba drives. Sorry. This is one of the Thompson drives. Most people don't like the Thompson drives. Programmer. I think this hard drive's been replaced. That sticker is not normal. I don't know what's going on there. Screw's still in place. Look, it's actually got Japanese writing on it. Different. 2002, so date matches the bottom. Maybe this has been in for a repair and that's why that has that other sticker on it. It's a replacement repair sticker. Quite possible. Okay, well, let's take this out. So, just under here, there's one screw, and we have to change bits over now because now it's a smaller size. To return the large bit and put the smaller one in. Screw just here. And I got the wrong bit. Well, that was very unexpected. So I pulled all this apart, as you saw. And this is a version 1. Not a 1.2, not a 1.4, 1.5. It's the first release. Didn't expect that. But look at how clean it is. This is the cleanest Xbox I have ever seen in my life. There is not a speck of dust in here. Look at how clean the fan is. The fan on the GPU here. That is just spotless. The fan on the rear. It's totally... Look at this. It is totally clean. It's amazing. Now I'm feeling kind of sad that I want to chip it. Because it's pristine. And the other reason I was chipping it, because I thought I might as well put a bigger hard drive in it, to make it region free so I can play PAL stuff on it. But my other problem I have, the power supply here. As we know, it's a 120 volt power supply. But what my problem is, power supply I've got for it is not for version 1. This is a single row connector. The power supply I have in stock that I've removed out of another machine suits the 1.2 and further forward, where it has the ATX style connector, the dual row. So I can't actually proceed. So I'm going to have to cut this and put it aside, and I'm going to have to find a power supply with a single row. A power supply with a single row. I'm going to have to find one. It's not what I expected. Well, thanks for tuning in today. Today you get to see me not modify a collector's edition Xbox, but you get to see one, how it left the factory. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. It is so clean. The metal itself on the side is starting to rust slightly. They all do. So that's something I might pull it all apart, treat it with some stop rust, and clean it up a little that way. But it's not really bad. But this is the cleanest board I've ever seen. It's amazing. This basically had not much use at all. I'm very surprised how many hours it would actually have on it. Wow. Well, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to have to leave it there. And we won't be fitting this today because pointless me having to pull it apart again to change the power supply. So I'm going to leave it here, and this will be an episode of when you get something from Japan, it can actually be pristine. This was called junk when it was purchased. So I took, it came to me and told it was junk, but it's not. It works absolutely perfectly, and it looks great. And who would not want a smoked black skeleton original Xbox in their collection? Everyone would. So we'll leave it for today. We'll come back once I've found a power supply, and we'll pop a power supply in here and get it to 240 volt. So thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.